No man should ever feel like your time is worth $20.
The larger issue isn't that women want to be impressed, it's that they want to be impressed by gesture and not the man.
Ooh.
It's like 300 on the bill. Any with money can 300 on the bill, or any dude that's desperate enough to fake it.
Your woman is beautiful. You ain't the only one, especially if you're not paying all her bills.
300 on the bill. Any with money can 300 on the bill, or any.
You ain't the only one. If your woman look good, are you not paying all them bills? She have another one, just so you know.
300 on the bill. Any with money can 300 on the bill, or any dude that's desperate enough to fake it.
Any dude that's desperate enough to fake it.
It's just about the effort. How long does it take you guys to drink coffee? Maybe like 5 to 8 minutes?
You can't fake generosity. You can't fake humility. You can't fake service. You can't fake leadership.
After you drink the coffee, what are you going to be doing? Biting your fingers, playing footsie?
But it's like, rather than look at the intangibles, because I ain't gonna lie, I personally got offended, because they put coffee dates on there.
If he's offering you coffee on the first date, you can only imagine the minimum of effort he's going to put later down the line.
I'm gonna give away one of my plays, man. Coffee dates strip people down.
After you drink the coffee, what are you going to be doing? Biting your fingers, playing footsie?
Yes, you may feel like you're getting a cheap experience. That's the point, because no one can hide behind money. I can't hide behind how much money I make. You can't hide behind how much money you put into your appearance. Both of us have to actually show up at the table as human beings. We have to engage one another. We have to have a real conversation.
Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. What you just watched was a young man reinforcing what I've been saying. On a coffee date, she actually has to talk to you, and she's afraid that you'll find out she wasn't even worth the $5 coffee.
Let him speak.
Fat women,
Yes.
I was simply saying, a fat woman is the, equivalent of what a broke dude is.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Denford,
All
I cannot keep quiet.
See, they can call us broke, and they want us to be cool with it. But if you call them the equivalent, something like calling them fat, now they can't keep quiet. No disrespect to the women out there that's overweight, but I'm sure you get the point here.
I love gay people and black people and Asian people. And this
Indian
is no
people.
particular order.
No, I rank. I love
Okay.
black people more than anybody else.
What's second?
Your mouth kind of reminds me of like a person from Whoville.
That's
Because
fine.
you like lip is not there.
Well, I
But,
can't
like,
help that.
No, you can't. But like, it's just like Whoville.
Body shaming's fine till it's all about the weight, right? Goodness, here come the comments.
That's what she gets. This was supposed to be a discussion about the difference between the way men and women think. But what does she do? Body shame him for having small lips, which has nothing to do with what they were talking about. He fires back, and she got exactly what she deserved. Look at her face.
There's guys out there who want you, right? But won't spend $100 on you.
How would y'all ladies feel if you told a man that you wanted him, but he told you gotta give him $100 just to talk to him? It won't feel right, it won't seem right, it won't look right. So why do you feel that it's right for a man to give you money just because he like you? Feelings don't have nothing to do with money. That's why money is the root of all evil, because y'all allow money to overtake everything. Me personally, baby, a walk in the park is just fine for me. If a man wants you, he could show you without even having to spend any money. And if money is the first thing that you're looking for when a man tells you that he want to f you, then maybe you don't need to be fucked with.
You hear people with experience overseas warning passport bros, if she starts asking you for money from the very beginning, that's all she wants. Get rid of her and find another one. The same thing goes for women in your own country, because if you ask her for bedroom action right from the start, she'd be offended. So you should be offended if she asks you for money right from the start. Remember, treat them the same way they treat you.
Fellas, I've never said this before. I've never advocated for this before. I'm gonna let Quentin and How To Man have it after this.
This is crazy.
I have never ever said this that I'm about to say right now, and I didn't think that I would ever come to this point. It's time to get y'all passports.
In case you don't know, the guy who's speaking, his name is Anton Daniels. He's never supported men getting their passports and finding women in other countries for companionship or marriage. Well, after a year and a half of dealing with these women on his lives, he's finally seen the light. My question is, what took you so long to understand why men were leaving? Now, these women never expected him to do this, and here's their response.
Oh my God.
No. Listen, fam. Listen, y'all. Look, I've never been the type of dude that advocate for because I didn't understand it. And so, listen, I apologize to every last one of these dudes
Right?
that I've ever
Go.
said that you don't necessarily need a passport.
Go get him.
I apologize to y'all.
Please
go. Get it, your
Go
passport.
get these women from other countries who's going to exploit you more.
Please go there.
Who's going to exploit you more than the women over here.
Did you hear what she just said? Play that back again.
Who's going to exploit you more than the women over here. But because they're submissive, you're willing to take that.
She's admitting that women in this country are exploiting us men. Now, does she have proof that women overseas are exploiting us men more than the women in this country? Of course not. But what she's really saying is, stay here so we can exploit you. We don't want to give another woman from another country the opportunity to take advantage of you because we'll miss out.
Who's going to exploit you more than the women over here. But because they're submissive, you're willing to take that.
And now, finally, a young lady who is saying what I've been saying about this sprinkle chick from the very beginning. They are conditioning modern day women to become pay for play.
Hey, Sugar, you looking for a date?
Listen, this revelation I'm about to drop is so deep, and I might make a full video, but please listen to this with an open mind, because it's gonna set some of you free.
If your woman is beautiful, you ain't the only one, especially if you're not paying all her bills.
We as women are being groomed by many of these content creators to be prostitutes.
You ain't the only one.
Let me guess, that would make you a lawyer.
I bet you've known a lot of lawyers.
I've known a lot of everybody.
If your woman look good,
work it, baby, work it, work it.
Are you not paying all them bills? She have another one, just so you know.
I used to listen to a lot of this like hypergamy femininity content online, okay? The sprinkle lady, I knew about her like way before she blew up on TikTok, all right? I was there. I used to listen to her consistently.
Never argue with a man. Exactly, cry. Like, crying is so much more feminine than arguing, and you get exactly what you want.
Nobody will help me.
People like her I would listen to. Okay, she'd talk about the dusties and hypergamy and the kind of men you should be chasing. I used to listen to all of that before I got saved.
How do you ask men for money without feeling that? Like this. Do you want to make me happy right now? Then whisper in his ear like this. I want you to take me to the ATM.
I want my money. I want to get out of here.
The Bible says that bitterness, when it takes root, actually defiles many people.
Men like toxic, sprinkle. Okay, if y'all haven't realized by now, men like toxic women.
The only men who like toxic women are toxic men, or men who just want the excitement of a toxic woman, but only for a short while. Men who know their value do not stay with toxic women. Don't believe me? Start being toxic to a man who knows his value and watch how fast we get rid of you. Because in the end, men want peace. Keep listening to this sprinkle chick if you want to. You gonna play yourself.
Bitterness is contagious. When you are consistently listening to somebody who hates men,
always tell them to bring you something. I don't care if it's a pack of gum.
Who's constantly calling men dusties, dehumanizing men, you will eventually pick up and take on that mindset.
So get him in the habit. Start small and build. So build up to bigger things. Okay, so you got to make him get into the habit of wanting to do it.
When you become bitter towards men, when you become desensitized towards the fact that they are human beings and you start to hate them.
Pretty men are for before you have bills. All right, so if you ain't got no bills and you still young, go for all the pretty boys you want. Just don't get pregnant. When them bills start coming in, you got to change it up. You got to change it up.
This is when you start to really listen to the women that tell you to only use men for their money.
He's getting handsy and asking for kisses, and I don't like it. Okay. Then lie to him.
To, take him for everything he's worth.
If I kiss you, I'm going to fall for you.
What do you want?
What do you do?
Everything.
To not care about love, To not care about any of the things that make a relationship beautiful, but to simply go after the money.
So I can't kiss you because I'm gonna fall for you.
But I don't kiss on the mouth.
And I don't know if you're ready for that level of commitment, such as taking care of me financially.
How much for the entire night?
$300.
Done.
You are being trained based on what you're consistently feeding your mind to desensitize yourself towards human beings.
That way you just told him, look, if we kissing, I ain't working, you paying all these bills. I'm gonna be totally provided for because I'm gonna fall for you hard.
And because you have that hatred, because you are desensitized, that's when you go out and start to use men like how a prostitute would.
And you're gonna have to take care of me because you're gonna be responsible for it. So now he knows he got to start paying some bills if he wants them kisses and more.
What do you do?
Everything. But I don't kiss on the mouth.
A woman will sell her precious body.
How much for the entire night?
$300.
Done.
There we go. Pick one. I got red, I got green, I got yellow.
For a small piece of paper, it carries a lot of weight. Oh, that
And then you just basically told him you're very attracted to him and how you're one of those women that just give their all, not really, to the men that they're with.
So tell him you're going to be his all, but not really. You know, lie to him. The very thing women say they hate that men do, lie. Which, by the way, most men already know that women in Western society are not going to give their all to a man. Hell, you'd be lucky if she give you 25%. Remember, they don't cook, they don't clean, and they don't pay bills.
And in exchange, you need to be provided for. So he's got a decision to make. He's going to be like, well, what other woman I can find that looks this good that's going to do that for me?
And I'm sure you guys already know that just because she looks good, she doesn't hold any real true value. You need to see her value in her actions. And even then, she might be faking just like Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle here is teaching women to do. Ah, but we're on to him now.
Then he's going to have to weigh his options. And he's going to either say yes or no.
And if she's giving you the option that you have to pay her bills just to kiss her, here's how you handle it.
Really?
Really?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No, he didn't.
This is not a game. Many of these women are leading you down a terrible path and leading you towards terrible relationships and situations. Ask yourself what is important to you. I'm not saying that financial irresponsibility is okay. Not at all. Okay? But that shouldn't be the only thing that you're seeking.
Now, for those of y'all who probably don't know, in 1990, there was a movie called Pretty Woman. It was Julia Roberts who played a pay-for-play girl and ran into Richard Gere, who was a rich guy who just happened to get lost in a car he didn't know how to drive. She thought that he was a rich guy trying to, get some pay-for-play for the night.
Hey, Sugar, you looking for a date?
But turns out he was just lost.
No, I want to find Beverly Hills. Can you give me directions?
So she opted that if he paid her $10, she would take him back to Beverly Hills so he could get back to his hotel. So as the story goes along, he's actually paying her to stay with him for a week.
It's gonna cost you.
And just pretend like she's a girlfriend of his, just for show.
$4,000.
$2,000.
$3,000.
Done.
Holy shit!
But if you look at the way Sprinkle Sprinkle is doing her videos, she's teaching women to do the exact same thing that Julia Roberts, who's playing a pay-for-play, is doing. Getting paid for services. But in those services includes bedroom action. Now, of course, in the end of the movie, Julia Roberts, playing the pay-for-play girl, ends up with the rich guy. But we all know that doesn't always happen. I mean, most of these women got a 95.5% chance they're not gonna land the rich guy. But here's the reality here. I've watched a lot of Sprinkle Sprinkle's videos, and I mean all of them that I could find. And nowhere in there am I seeing her teach these women how to be financially literate, meaning take that money and put it somewhere where it will benefit them in the end. All she does is teaches them how to get the money, not what to do with it after they get it. So you know what the majority of them are going to do. They're going to take that money and they're going to go out and they're either going to spend it all on a bunch of nonsense and take their money and pay their bills, or the other way around. And in the end, all of these women, at least 9 out of 10 of them, are going to end up broke. So what's the point of teaching them to get the money if you're not teaching them how to invest the money, so in the end it works for them? And the last point that I want to make on that is the majority of these women, once they are no longer desired where they can't get a man to give them money, guess what's going to happen? They're all going to be broke and alone. So before I let you go, fellas, this was what I want you to do. I'm going to give you some homework. Remember the movie Think Like a Man? You know, the movie that was based off Steve Harvey's book? Let's use the same tactic they used in that movie and use it to our advantage.
You guys are so screwed.
Those guys found out that they all were reading the book and using it against the men. So the men read the book and they then used it against the women.
We use Steve Harvey's words against them. We pretend to give them what they want, so we get what we want. This is war, gentlemen. There are no rules.
So what I want you to do is, Sprinkle Sprinkle has 2 different TikTok pages. I'm gonna put them here on the screen. I want you guys at least once a week to go to her TikTok page and watch all her videos. This way you'll know play by play what she's teaching them. So if any of these Sprinkle Sprinkle students of hers roll up on you with this nonsense, you'll already know who she's been following. Now, I'm not saying click the follow button. I'm just saying know her page so you can look it up. We don't want to give her followers. Also, I know it's going to be difficult, but whatever you do, do not leave a comment because the comment helps her algorithm. Also, you're more than likely going to leave a comment and start arguing with the women. And what you don't want to happen is you don't want Sprinkle Sprinkle to see that you're causing problems and block you. Then you won't have the playbook manual that you need. All right, so I know you're going to really want to leave a comment, but please don't do it so you have access to her channel. So lastly, I want to leave this young man explaining about how athletes, rappers end up broke because their mindset is not about handling money properly. It's only about getting the money. Only difference is he's talking to women in the OnlyFans.
There's no chance that an OnlyFans girl who makes multiple millions is going to display significantly different behavior than, say, a football player who makes many millions and ends up broke years later. Why would she do anything differently? And the football player has an agent around him, has a financial manager, and they still end up broke. Here's why. They acquired their wealth not using the mind, but using the body. It doesn't mean they don't have a mind, but often they've not developed the skills of financial literacy. And what's more, they don't know much about investing, and they don't have a business that they can push that money into such that it would grow instead of disappear because they're going to maintain a certain lifestyle. So yes, they will inevitably become broke, and that's in the majority of cases. Now, if you guys are outliers, I very much so hope that's the case. I'd be happy for you and impressed, but it's improbable.
Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.